In Call of Duty Mobile, there exists an archetype of weapons known as flex weapons. These are, as the name suggests, flexible weapons that are designed to handle a wide variety of ranges, making them incredibly versatile. And the ones that are part of the meta generally have their own unique ways of achieving this. The DRH features consistently fast time to kill and great range, the XM4 is the typical jack of all trades, the USS-9 has the ease of use factor, the VMP is an aggressive SMG that can still fight back at mid-range, and the Oden is effectively a full auto DMR. So does Call of Duty Mobile's newest mythic weapon, the RAM-7, fit into this conversation? And if so, how? Let's start with arguably the most important stat on any fully automatic weapon, the time to kill. The RAM-7 starts off quite strong, featuring a very competitive 4-tap time to kill of 210 milliseconds. This is identical to the DRH and Type 25, which allows it to compete with most SMGs in their prime ranges. But how about the range? What? Only 22.4 meters? That is shorter than the Type 25 and way less than the DRH. Beyond this range, the RAM-7 will have a consistent 5-tap time to kill of 280 milliseconds up to 37.8 meters. Not bad, but that is still slower than the DRH, and the Type 25 does pretty much the exact same thing. So what even is the point of this gun? Let us first take a look at the DRH. While its time to kill does go up to a phenomenal 36 meters, things look a little bit different in practice. The DRH features a rather slow fire rate of 571 rounds per minute. This is the main downside of the weapon, as missed shots are a lot more punishing, penalizing your time to kill by 105 milliseconds for every missed shot. So if your aim is even slightly off, you will be put at a pretty significant time to kill disadvantage. The RAM-7 on the other hand has a much faster fire rate at 857 rounds per minute, which makes it way more forgiving as you aren't punished nearly as much. This matters a lot since it's actually quite common to miss a shot or two in a gunfight, so in practice, the RAM-7 will have a faster, realistic time to kill over the DRH. But what about the Type 25? That weapon has the exact same fire rate as the RAM, which makes it just as forgiving. So what does the RAM have that makes it better? Two things: mag size and recoil. One of the most glaring issues with the Type 25 is the small mag size of only 34 rounds. This is especially problematic on such a fast-firing weapon since you'll burn through your ammo very quickly. This forces you to play more conservatively to avoid the risk of running dry mid-gunfight. The RAM-7 on the other hand has a much more generous mag size of 50, allowing you to take on quite a few more enemies before having to reload. The RAM-7 also has significantly better recoil than the Type 25, being very similar to that of the Type 19s, which is known for its low and easy recoil pattern. This combined with its low climb rate makes it a lot easier than the Type 25, which has noticeably higher kick, along with a recoil pattern that resembles a lightning bolt. And while yes, the Type 25 is not without its merits since it has slightly better range and hitboxes while having faster mobility and handling, those benefits are far outweighed by what the RAM-7 offers, as the combination of a much larger mag size and better recoil make the weapon more reliable and comfortable to use, resulting in a more practical weapon overall in the hands of an average player. The RAM-7's other stats are still fairly competitive, but aren't nearly as interesting. Both its BSA and bullet speed are more than enough for the engagements you typically find in standard multiplayer, so just like the majority of the meta flex weapons, they won't be significant factors. Its mobility and handling are fairly average for assault rifles, not slow enough to be a downside, but nothing impressive either. So looking at all of its stats, is the RAM-7 a meta flex weapon? Oh, absolutely. The name of the game with the RAM-7 is fast and realistic time to kill. It may not have the fastest time to kill out of all the meta flex weapons, nor even the best range, but the one thing it does have that the others don't is an incredibly fast fire rate. The Oden, DRH and USS-9 may have better time to kill and or range, but the moment you start factoring even a single miss shot, the RAM-7 starts to catch up and even beat them, and this difference only gets larger the more shots you miss. And unless you have perfect accuracy, you will usually be missing a shot or two in a gunfight, so the RAM-7 ends up killing faster more often. On top of that, the RAM-7 also has great all-round stats. making it incredibly versatile, effectively replacing the XM4 in this regard. So, if you're looking for a weapon with fast and consistent time to kill that is both versatile and extremely easy to use, the RAM-7 is easily a top tier option. As for its performance in Battle Royale, the RAM-7 is unfortunately nowhere as good. Within the first 4 damage phases, its time to kill is actually quite competitive. It also has decent recoil and bullet speed, so it's not bad at range. Its ADS time is relatively fast compared to the other range primaries as well, but once you hit that final damage phase, your time to kill becomes incredibly mediocre, which can make it feel like a marshmallow shooter. If you want a fast-firing assault rifle with good time to kill and recoil, just use the M13. It also doesn't work that well as a sniper support since its hipfire spread is horrendous in Battle Royale, so it can't compete up close, unlike similar weapons such as the Type 25 and BB-50. So it's not exactly a bad weapon, it's just nothing impressive. When it comes to building the RAM-7 in multiplayer, start with the Forged Tac Eclipse barrel for the range and bullet speed with minimal downside, monolithic suppressor for concealment and some additional range, 50 round reload for the largest mag size, granulated grip tape for better BSA, and the F-Tac balance stock for the sizable reduction in vertical recoil. Alternatively, you can use the tactical suppressor instead, which will give you slightly better BSA and ADS time at the cost of range. You can also swap out the stock for the XRK Ultralight Hollow for faster strafe speed, although you will have noticeably more recoil. If you don't like the iron sights and don't have a good blueprint, you can replace the stock with an optic of preference. The recommended mods are Precise Shot, Long Range, and Extended Mag. Let us know your thoughts on the RAM-7 in the comments below. This has been iSleep, going dark.